everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be looking at this Operation Write Home sketch. It's number 228. And for the Operation Write Home sketches, I think the website is no longer available. So I will have links to my Pinterest, and you can look on the boards because I have a card sketches board, and you'll see all the ones that I found, including this one here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I use the pattern paper from the 6.5 by 6.5 pad, and instead of having just your typical white as the main focal image, I decided to use this paper because I love how the flower was off on the side. So I just stamped directly to it. So I'm going to place it to the side, and we're going to start building up our card. And on this first piece, I am just using some black soot to go around the outside edge. And I would say definitely be careful with the black soot, because when you're using white cardstock, if any of the foam pieces get on the actual card, sometimes it'll create like little smudges, and then you'll wind up having to use your Tombow eraser to kind of get the little spots off. So just be mindful and careful of that. So for these two pieces, I'm actually going to use my distress tool and work on the edges. And I like doing the distress tool and then using the distress inks to kind of highlight or showcase the edges that we're messing up. So even though we're using the white paper, I wanted to do that with the black soot on that as well, so that everything is uniformed. So we're just going around. Now obviously your pressure does have to be different depending on the paper that you're using. So for the pattern paper, I had to go a little bit lighter, and so that way I didn't tear stuff up. And then for the white matte piece, I could go a little bit harder because it was a much thicker cardstock. So you just want to be mindful of how hard or you're taking it along your cut line, your paper edge. So on this one as well, also going around all four sides with the black soot ink, distress ink. And now we're going to attach these two pieces together. And in the picture, you can see they have the top piece in white, and then you have the matte. And I just kind of reversed it because I really like the pattern paper. And I find that when I have paper like this that I really am drawn to, I really like to showcase as much of it as I can. And since part of the flower paper is going to be covered up from the piece we're putting on top, see, I'm using the eraser right there because I had a little smudge. That's why I wanted to use the pattern paper for where I was putting the sentiment, because I still want to showcase more of that paper. And then real quickly, I just took my Nuvo, I forget what kind of brush they call this, but it's supposed to like clean up like your glitter or your embossing powder, stuff like that. But I like to use it to clear off my desk no matter what I'm using. So like if I had little crumbs from when I was distressing the papers, I'll use that. It's a really neat tool to have. And so we're just going around the edges again. And I find that by doing that, I did it on everything except for the one piece that we put down, the very first piece. I just did the distress ink. I really didn't want to distress that piece, but all the other ones that we were matting together with something else, I did go around all the edges on each piece so that they would coincide with each other. You can see here, I'm just going around the edges again. And then as soon as I'm done distressing, I'm going to use the black soot to go around the edges of the focal image as well. And then I'm just going to clean up again. And then we're going to go ahead and go around the edges and get these attached. And it was funny because I kept trying to find the link to this photo from the sketches on Operation Write Home. It kept sending me to this weird website. So I guess it's no longer up and running. So really the best place, I guess, then to look for it would be on Pinterest. Okay, so definitely check it out, because you know, once you find one, it can lead you to so many others that are very similar. And all you have to do is write, you could do OWH sketches, or Operation Right Home sketches, and they'll pop up because there's so many of them. And we're just going to attach the last piece. Once again, using the art glitter glue and the ATG, just to have enough time to kind of move stuff around if we need to, or peel it apart if it wasn't placed down correctly. Alright, so we're going to clean up because I had Distress ink and all that kind of stuff all over. So I just wanted to kind of straighten it up, move some stuff around, and clean off my glass mat real quick. And I'm using the Mrs. Meyer's in the rosemary scent. I really like it, and it really does clean up well, and it's not too streaky. Alright, so now we're going to come back. My hands, only because, like I said, the white cardstock is out and I don't want to get it dirty, I'm just going to use some of my baby wipes to kind of wipe my hands and clean the stamp at the same time. So now that I've cleaned that up, I'm going to go ahead and pull the card back out. And we're going to get the center piece attached. And I'm using foam tape because I like to have the different levels, have a little bit of dimension. If you're mailing it out, you can definitely leave that off. So that way, you know, you don't wind up paying more. That's fine too. So now we're going to attach this, and I moved it over a little bit from where it was in the photo, only because I wanted to see more of the paper underneath. And for that black circle that's up in the right corner, I was thinking I could put a flower up there, but I was feeling more like a butterfly. I thought it would work and be really pretty. So I took the sticker and I used some of the EK Success powder on the back of it, basically turning it from a sticker to like a ephemera piece, and attached it to the front of the card. And now I'm just taking some of the Distress stain or Distress spray in the black soot, and I'm doing some splatters. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. Was my test piece that I did first off camera, trying to figure out, you know, make sure placement and sizes and everything that I was doing was going to look okay. And then I took some of the white picket fence and did some sprays of that as well, trying to hit mostly on the color cardstock, obviously with the white, because it's not going to matter on the card base itself. And there's our cards. I think they turned out super cute. I really like this sketch. I'll probably be using this one again for my Christmas series because it was so much fun and I could use a lot of the paper. And you can see the close-ups here. It was light enough that I could stamp the happy birthday and you can see it really well. I think they turned out pretty cute. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And since this is paper that I got from Scrapbooking With Me, I am going to put links to their website down at the bottom because it was part of our June kit, okay? So definitely check them out as well. And I hope you guys have a great weekend.